We are live.
Wow, that was quick.
That was quick.
Wow, okay. Welcome to Strictly Casual Podcast for Thursday, September 17th. Yep,
Yep,
September 17th.
exactly.
It is 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific time. Now, this video is also going to be up on YouTube tomorrow morning on Friday, September 18th at 9 a.m.
That's right. YouTube.com/strictlycasual.
Yes, sir. Vincent, this is your unoriginal podcast from Unprofessional College Students. We are live every Thursday at this time, 6 p.m. on Twitch. Finn, how you doing? What have you been playing this week?
Dude, I've been good. Okay, I've been good, but I've been overwhelmed with life. Just life is crazy right now.
Life is overwhelming.
I feel like I say that every episode. It's probably just that's it. That's just the new normal right now.
It's a reoccurring theme.
Yeah. But life's been good. Life's been okay. Treating me well. And then for games, I've been playing a little more Valorant. Of course, like every week. I just love that game.
Sure, it's a great game.
What did I? Oh, this week I purchased the Spider-Man DLC. Because I haven't played that before. It's on sale on PlayStation right now. Yeah, it was like $11, like $11.50 something.
For all of it?
Yeah, for all the DLC.
Wow.
So I was like, I might as well go for it. It's usually $25 for the whole bundle of it. And I played through the first episode on stream, and it was so much fun. Like I was like, oh, I missed this game. I missed this game so much. And the DLC, I feel like I'm getting my money's worth already. Like I would have paid $10 for the section I played already. So like, I'm having a great time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
What about you?
I jumped into a little game called Hyperlight Drifter.
Yep.
This week. A little indie game. I didn't have a ton of time to play, but actually that's not the only thing I played, but I had a little more downtime than I expected this week.
Mm-hmm.
So I jumped in for about an hour or two of Hyperlight Drifter early this week, probably Sunday or Monday. And what a great game. Super gorgeous, great sound design, great gameplay. It's just dungeon crawly. It's a little Dark Souls-y with environmental storytelling, and just some of the the combat is very punishing. Overall, great game, love it a lot. Also, jump back into Breath of the Wild.
Let's go.
Jump back into the DLC. Started doing some of the side quests. I spent probably 2 days doing the Master Sword trials. And basically what it is put your Master Sword in the thing at the Korok tree, and it teleports you to this place, and it's just like a 4x4 cube with like trees and grass, and it sets up like a sort of like a small landscape.
Okay.
And it gives you a scenario, and you got to complete it, and it doesn't give you anything to start out. All you have are your abilities for your Sheikah Slate, but you have no weapons, no armor.
Okay.
So it's up to you to try and figure out, like, devise ways in order to defeat all the enemies and move on to the next floor.
Yeah.
So you get like enemies, weapons, and stuff like that as you go along, but you never have armor.
I imagine as you play that, you just become better at the game in general. Because like
exactly, and that's what I love about it.
Like I feel like I'm not great at Breath of the Wild, and I'm still learning things about it, even though I have 70 plus hours on the game. I still don't know everything. For instance, I was playing it, and I didn't know that you could have a fire sword and you can melt ice. Like it just never even crossed my mind that was a thing you'd be able to do. And someone let me know. I'm like, wow, okay, so I can like do this puzzle or whatever it was.
But the game's also super cool like that, just because I love the intuition and how the way they have mechanics like hidden that kind of just make sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it defies your video game logic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
That's
like,
totally true.
You feel like, oh, if I was in like a real life situation, like, yeah, I would chop down this tree and like use it as a boat to get to the other side of this river. But like, you never think about that in game logic. But
no.
It's just kind of like that. And that's why I just really love Breath of the Wild, and it's literally just continues to be such a great game.
Right.
And it continues to age so well. Finn.
Hell yeah, it does.
This is a big week. We had a lot of stuff going on, specifically because we had the one and only showcase we have been waiting for oh so long.
Let's go.
The PlayStation 5 showcase. We got a lot. More than I bargained for sure.
Yeah.
Finn.
First off.
Just give me initial impressions.
Well, before we even get into the show, I was so hyped for this show. Like,
yeah.
Like when Xbox came out with their Series S, you know, and everybody's like,
Mhm.
okay, PlayStation, where you at? It's time. Xbox gave prices, they gave release date, everything. They laid it out all on the table. A couple days later, PlayStation's like, we got you, fam. Wednesday, whatever it was, September 16th, 1 p.m. And then we're like, let's flippin' go. I was so stoked. So we watched it together.
We did. It was you, me, our buddy Ryder, at Mr. Hollywood on Twitch, and then Copycat Joker.
That's right, my man.
That's his Twitch handle as well. Super good time, full of surprises. It was great.
It was such a good time.
It was such a good time. You know what? Let's just get right into it.
So, here we go. We're going right into the PlayStation 5, the probably final showcase until the console release.
I think it's definitively the final showcase.
I'm sure we'll get like a little, we'll get trailers of things, maybe
like little launch teasers or like trailers.
Yeah, like explanation videos, maybe a UI little video. Like we'll get little things like that. I bet they're not just gonna launch it without showing the UI.
Did we see the PlayStation 4 UI before?
I'm sure we did.
I don't think we did.
Even in like trailers, like we had, like remember the PS4 trailer with a bunch of kids, they were running through the street and they sit down in some guy's house and then the guy clicks the controller and they get like teleported into the TV and then it's like the UI in front of them. I remember that vividly. Like that was, I was so excited about that.
I don't remember that. Sorry, I never pay attention to like promos.
Okay, that was just one that stuck with me. Like I won't forget it. So I'm sure they're gonna show the PS5 UI before we see it. But
just one more thing to look forward to.
Just one more thing to look forward to. Exactly.
Come on.
Let's just go through the showcase. Let's see what we got.
Yep.
I can't wait. Start us off.
First of all, before we get any trailer, before we get anything, there's a title on screen that says "Captured on PC, emulating PS5." Vin, I just want to know what you think about that statement.
That statement scared me.
Very loaded.
That statement scared me at first. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Captured on PC, emulating PS5, just told me that Final Fantasy 16. Wait. Was it Final Fantasy 16 that they showed?
That is the first reveal. Yes.
So that made it seem to me that Final Fantasy 16 isn't ready. Like, it doesn't have a PS5 build yet. It's just coming to the PS5, and so they just whatever they had is recorded from a PC type of dealio.
In other words, Final Fantasy 16 is very far in the distance.
I would think so. They didn't give us a date or anything. If anything, it'll be late 2021 at the earliest, in my opinion.
At the earliest. I saw a tweet from Jason Schreier that says he predicted not July, but 2022.
Yeah, I would assume it's going to be a distance. But the nice part is that immediately after this trailer, we got a little title screen. That said the rest of the footage you will see is captured from a PlayStation 5 system. You know what I mean? Like we got that little thing.
Yeah.
So it was just
rest assured the rest of the conference is all on PS5.
Yep. Exactly.
Which is relieving to say the least. Finney, Final Fantasy 16. What do you think?
I have only played like a sporadic number of Final Fantasy games, like random ones, whether it be like handheld, a tactic, Final Fantasy or something like that. I've played half of Final Fantasy 15. And I didn't stop, I didn't stop because I didn't like it. I just moved on to something else, I think.
Sure.
But I enjoyed what I played of it. Final Fantasy series, like the main numbered ones, titled ones, are intriguing to me each time. I just it's never like something I go to me at all.
Yeah. I think the only substantial Final Fantasy game that I played thus far is Final Fantasy 15. I got like all the way up until the end, and I remember I got to a point where the difficulty was just so hard of a curve, and I knew I was severely underleveled for the part that I was at, and so then that kind of deterred me from playing.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't want to go and grind for all this stuff and all the levels and stuff, and I just kind of want to finish the story, but I couldn't. And but needless to say, with the release of Final Fantasy VII Remake and all the praise and great things I'm hearing about it, I am very excited to jump into that, whether it's on my PS4 system on a deep sale or trying to play that on a PS5, maybe with upscales in terms
hopefully,
of
why not?
Specs. I would love it, but I don't know if Square Enix is putting in that sort of work.
But let's also think Final Fantasy VII still has 2 more full games You know what I mean? Like that Final Fantasy
Well,
7 game that's out is only like the first third of the game.
What if they do Final Fantasy 7 Part 2, but they do like some sort of unique bundle deal where you get the first and the second game, but like at a discount. So you pay like maybe $20 more.
Sure.
For Final Fantasy 7 Part 2, but that includes the first installment.
Well, like we'll get to in a second, Spider-Man Miles Morales is coming on the PS5, but if you pay an extra $20 for the game, you get Spider-Man remastered on the PS5 as well.
So cool. I think it makes sense to do something like that.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. I think a game re-releasing on another console, when the game came out at the end of the last console, is always a safe bet. I'm sure we're going to see a lot of that. Like, I would not be surprised if Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us get, like, not the upgrade treatment, but even the re-release treatment, like that kind of thing. Like a full new version or whatever.
Now, we know that Last of Us 2 is getting an update.
Naughty Dog said that they're upgrading it for PS5.
Naughty Dog said they were upgrade, but we haven't seen any sort of re-release.
No, you're right.
Info so far.
Also, Last of Us 2 multiplayer has been talked about in, like, job listings and stuff like that, where... Okay. Naughty Dog said that they weren't going to launch with it, and that is true. But I don't know if that means, like, can you imagine if Last of Us 2 comes out again on PS5 with multiplayer attached to it? I would definitely jump back in. I already can't wait to replay that game on PS5.
I can't wait to play for the first time on PS5.
God, I'm so excited for you. So excited for you.
And I have minimal spoilers.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it.
Yeah, but also I feel like I've been distancing myself from the spoilers so much and they die down that I've kind of forgotten some of it just because people aren't talking about it and I've been just mulling over these spoilers.
Yeah.
Without further ado though, I think we put off for far too long Spider-Man Miles Morales. We got a little cinematic, we got a little gameplay. Vinny, it's looking gorgeous, first of all.
James, the puddles
alone, the electro webs,
so good,
everything. A few things to note: it is revealed that the Tinkerer is at least a main villain of the DLC. In regards to gameplay, Miles Morales' electric webs are very, very prominent in the combat system, as well as invisibility, which if you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, you know that these are two very key attributes of Miles Morales' powers. And even in the gameplay demo shown that was on a bridge in New York, I think it was the Brooklyn Bridge, could be totally wrong, not from New York at all.
Just a bridge.
It's just a bridge. Miles throws an enemy off of said bridge, and it like breaks the railing going off of it.
And
I was like, oh my god!
I know you're excited.
Because I don't know why, but I've always been so infatuated with good environmental destruction. I remember playing Battlefield Bad Company 2 and literally like leveling buildings on top of people.
Do you remember?
And that was the best thing ever.
Do you remember a little game called Mercenaries 2 on the PS3?
Yeah, I do.
That had environmental destruction, and that was one of the games that like I would latch onto because you could do so much destruction in that game. Exactly. There was no point. I wasn't doing anything in that game besides like driving boats or cars around.
Why would you?
Blowing stuff up. There was no reason for me to continue. And the main character looks like Ewan McGregor, and so I think that was also a big reason why I stayed so long with that game. But you're right.
Army Man Obi-Wan.
This game with environmental destruction sounds very cool. Like throwing people around. Like obviously in Spider-Man 1, you could web people up, or not Spider-Man 1, but the PS4 version of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You could web people up, throw them, and hit a trash can, and like you see the trash go places.
Sure.
But that's like an object that's there instead of like you hit the wall and like there's a crack on the wall or something like that. Like that's different, or like a brick falls off the wall. Like that's more of what you're looking for, which is super sick.
Which this could be a very like small thing. But I hope that's indicative of the key mechanics at play within the geometry of the world.
Sure. Fair enough.
This was stated after the conference that this is a launch title available both on PS4 and PS5. You won't have to wait till after release to play this game. It'll be available right from the get-go. Also, Jeff Keighley, after the conference, just dumped all the info everyone wanted to hear. Like,
yeah.
It was kind of weird. Like Jeff Keighley, it's like, why? this isn't tied to Summer Game Fest in any way, shape, or form.
He's just with the in crowd. He can text people and get the answer.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, but like I don't have a problem with it in any way, shape, or form. It's just kind of like I feel like Sony should be telling us this themselves.
Exactly. When I have to question whether or not some of these games are launch titles after the trailer shows on the last PS5 event, there's a little bit of an issue there. I had to go on Twitter afterwards to find out the facts for that.
It makes me question how abrupt this conference was for Sony.
James, I just realized we didn't get any Ratchet and Clank during this conference.
Yeah, we didn't get any Ratchet. Well,
I guess because we've seen a lot of it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think we've seen a lot of it. I maybe wish that we got a release date, but
okay,
whatever. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I want to highlight a little bit of the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition, which is also available as a launch title on both PS4 and PS5.
Wait, hold up. Miles Morales, Spider-Man Miles Morales, the game is $39.99. Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition $69.99. $70.
Which is now the standard price.
Which we'll get to.
Of a title.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that in a little bit and just in detail. But what we got in the Miles Morales Ultimate Edition is a Spider-Man PS4 remaster, all the DLC, improved character models, ray-traced reflections and shadows, better lighting, 60 frames per second, more vehicles and people populating the streets.
Let's go.
Supports of all the advantages of PS5 hardware, new photo mode, new trophies, 3 new suits. Finn, it's almost a whole new game. Not really, but
Finn,
close. It is quite a good reason to pick this up again. Vin, are you swayed?
Am I swayed to buy the Ultimate Edition?
Yes.
Possibly. Well, I mean, I love the game so much. It just plays so well.
No, it's incredible. It's probably one of my top 5, top 10.
Ever.
Top 10.
Okay.
Ever.
Fair enough.
Top
10
ever.
I would totally play it again. But maybe I might buy Miles Morales first and then upgrade to the Ultimate Edition eventually if that's an option. We'll see. I don't know because
we'll see.
I'm playing the DLC for Spider-Man right now, so I don't feel like I need to rebuy it for $20 the rest of the game.
Sure.
But what I really wanted to highlight, this is gonna sound nitpicky, okay? This is gonna sound really nitpicky, James. But I'm playing Spider-Man the other day, and I realized there's just one thing that always rubbed me the wrong way. Is in the game when cars move around in the city and they turn, it's not like they're turning. They just like yeet to the side. And like that is not natural. Not at all.
It's not how cars turn.
It's that, and then AI expressions, or the bad guys' faces are a little soft, whereas you can tell they put so much time into the main characters' faces because they look great. And then right when you get to
as they would,
right. But then whenever it cuts to like 2 enemies talking to each other or something like that, they look kind of potatoey.
Considerably worse.
But that's just me being picky. It's such a great game. I can't even. I hate to even say that, but that's just something I noticed while playing it last week.
I don't know why I'm thinking about this just now, but I think one of the great parts about the game is they differ so much from playing as Spider-Man, or not so much, but they have gameplay sequences where you play just as Peter Parker, or where you play as Mary Jane, and even then, it's enjoyable.
I agree. I was playing as Mary Jane in the DLC, and I was like, this is still fun. They make it fun.
It's still a good time. Yeah, and I don't think a lot of games do that well.
I'm excited to see who else you'll play as in Miles Morales too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sure, it'll be something.
Some side characters.
We might get a whole pass the baton sequence, is what I want
That'd
the most.
Incredible.
Where you start the very first thing as Spider-Man, and then as you're training Miles Morales in the first mission, you change over, and then you start playing as Miles Morales.
Yep.
And then you're him for the rest of the game.
Well, that's a tutorial. You're being trained.
Dude, that'd be so sick. I'd be all about it.
That'd be super sweet.
Oh my god.
All right, Vin, take us on the next installment.
Okay, so next up on the conference was a surprise to me was Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy. Now I know I'm not a big Harry Potter fan. I think I'm not a fan because I hate the fan base, like Harry Potter crazy fans.
They're so cringe.
It's like 21 Pilots. Like they have good music, but they're fans. I hate them. There's a lot of these fan things.
Like you can't listen to 21 Pilots music because you feel like you're in the room with a bunch of 21 Pilots fans.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. You can't deny the talent though. Anyways, Harry Potter, this game, we've heard about it for a long time. We've seen leaks of it. we don't know exactly what it is yet. From what we've heard, what it was is an RPG, like MMO type of thing. That is not confirmed though. This was strictly like a cinematic-ish trailer,
Yeah,
I guess.
I really have no. It showed like in-game sequences.
Yeah.
It showed like the player and things like that, but it is just, it's very non-indicative of what this game actually is.
I want to say also that this is like a bad time to announce a Harry Potter game.
It's awful timing.
Is it J.K. Rowling or Rowling?
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling has done some things that her fans haven't quite appreciated, / the community hasn't quite appreciated. And so I've seen a lot of people on Twitter this week saying, do I even buy this game because I don't want to support her decisions? And people are like, oh, well, the game and her are completely different. And then you have to think about, well, she created those characters. She created it.
Right. She created the whole universe.
Yeah.
You know, the whole world.
I don't really have a stance on this. I'm just trying to say that's what's going on, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, even I have no dog in this fight.
Yeah, not at all. So that was Harry Potter. It looked kind of cool, even though I'm not a Harry Potter fan.
Yeah, we got a 2021 release window for this.
Thank you. Yes. James, can I take this next one too? I'm pretty excited about it.
Dude, take it. I wanted to give it to you in the first place.
I'm always excited to see what the new Call of Duty has to offer, but I'm never sold on a Call of Duty until I play it. There's been so many bad Call of Duties recently that I can't love everyone. I loved Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare was great. It was a step in the right direction. It was good. It captured my attention for so long.
It's like having a lot of kids and knowing that one of them is gonna not turn out well.
What the hell was what?
I mean, like, they can't all be great.
James, if you're a parent, if you're okay, we'll go to the next one. No, I'm kidding. Okay, oh my god, the kids. Call of Duty Cold War. We got a little bit of a campaign mission. We got a holiday 2020, obviously, release date. The campaign looked okay. It looks like more Call of Duty. It looks like more Call of Duty in the 80s, which is cool. The 80s is fine.
Iran hostage crisis.
Yeah, sure. It'll be interesting, to say the least. The campaign for Modern Warfare was good, and if they're trying to compete with that, I'm sure it will be great.
She'll be fine.
The Call of Duty Alpha is this weekend. I will be playing it to make my
on PlayStation.
It is on PlayStation this weekend for 48 hours. Not sold on the game whatsoever because any Call of Duty with health bars is usually a bad Call of Duty. So we'll see how that goes this weekend.
Yeah, Treyarch's last Call of Duty was Black Ops 4.
Yes, which I thought it was okay. I played it for a little bit.
I thought it was fine.
I played it with some friends, but beyond that, nothing.
I didn't even buy it. Yep. Showed a campaign mission available holiday 2020.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for Call.
We do not know if this is a release title, so that means it's probably not.
No, they said November 22nd, so it'll be after, after the consoles come out.
Okay, cool. Next up, Resident Evil 8 Village. Now, Vin,
yep.
This is a game that I'm super excited for. I didn't play Biohazard, but every time they show this game, I get more and more hyped.
Really?
It's got Chris Redfield in it. We still don't know a whole lot about the story because they don't want you to, and that's okay. All that we got out of this trailer is kind of like a voiceover describing a fairy tale that's probably an allegory for the story. According to Vincent, demon death cults.
Demon death cults, bro. When it really comes down to it, I'm just not a spooky game guy. I'm just not a spooky game guy.
Gamer.
And even if it's like, oh, it looks so good, it doesn't to me. I don't know. It's like any horror game or any horror thing in general, whether it be a trailer for a game, a trailer for a movie, trailer or TV show, they all do the same exact shit. And I'm like not interested. I'm just not interested.
I, on the other hand, am very interested. I can't wait to scare shit out of myself. Kind of got werewolves in there. 2021 release window. That's all we got.
Yep, that's it. It was just another. It was almost like a rehash of the trailer we've already seen with a couple extra shots in there and a new voiceover.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a little more new stuff in it, not like maybe a little more gameplay mechanics, something like that. Maybe a short little gameplay demo. But if they do what they did with Biohazard, they'll give us a gameplay demo as a little playable.
Oh yeah, I remember that was a thing.
Yeah, it was great, and maybe available in VR in the future.
Cool. Good stuff. Okay, after this we got Deathloop, which is exciting.
Then what do you think about Deathloop?
Deathloop, on the fence. Again, on the fence. I like what I see, and I like what I hear that it is, but I just don't know if it really is that from like what we've seen.
Yeah.
That was a tongue twister. But anyways, we got some gameplay on. Wait, hold on. James, explain to me what you think Deathloop is.
Okay, so here's what
quick.
Here's the synthesis of my theory as to what Deathloop is, because for some reason it's still unclear.
Yes.
It is a game in which you and one other person, I don't think it's you. It's definitely 2 players.
Yeah.
So it's you going after a target, and another person in the game is trying to kill you before you kill that target.
Yes.
But it's also unclear whether or not that person's also hunting the same target.
But also it's unclear if you redo that a lot of times to like...
Yeah, I don't know how the respawning works as to...
Me neither.
Are they just naming the respawn?
Deathloop? You're doing it again and again. Like when you die, you're doing it again and again.
Respawn.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Is it just have respawning and that's
it almost seems like a level is like a vertical slice, and when you die you just start that level over and you get better and better at it because you know where all the enemies are going to be. Like skill
it's just
comes
respawning
with... I know. I don't know. Anyways, in this Deathloop trailer, I still don't really get it. We see blink abilities, we see some of the key targets you're going to be facing. We see James's favorite thing ever, environmental destruction.
So good.
We see different characters. Also, I think the charisma level of this game is going to be there for me. Like it looks fun.
It's very high.
Yeah, high energy, high action. It looks exciting. This is going to be a PlayStation 5. Oh no, just a PlayStation exclusive. We don't know if it's 5 and 4 or just 5. I don't know.
And it says and PC, but due to some of the
jargon,
how do you say? Some of the jargon and some of the ways, the attitude that Sony has taken around, because jumping forward a little bit, the Demon Souls, the end of that trailer also had available PlayStation and PC.
Yeah.
But
we have a whole article
not on
about
PC.
That.
They took back the PC part.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if the PC still applies to Deathloop.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. We're about to get to Demon Soul in a sec. That's a whole
I know. I'm just.
But yeah.
I'm just saying that we don't know if it's also coming to PC. For sure, my guess is it is.
I'm sure it will
because it's a much less.
It's third party. It's not a first party studio.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that it would come to PC too.
Next up, we had Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Our friend Copycat Joker was extremely excited about this.
Yes.
And he may have pitched me to jump into Devil May Cry.
I think so too. He made me more hyped for it.
Yeah, I said I'd never played a Devil May Cry game before, but I guess I'm all in now. Big thing is so apparently they always do these special editions for Devil May Cry games in which you are able to play as Virgil, one of the characters, and so it's cool.
Yeah,
it's just cool. What do they add in it? I don't quite remember.
It looked, from what I saw at least, it's like it's populated more too. Like there's a lot more going on. More
enemies on screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just they did what the PS4 can handle, and now they just updated to what the PS5 can handle now. Cool. It looked good, but it also looked good on the PS4, so I don't really know. And I didn't play the PS4 version, so I'm not really sure.
All right.
But yeah, I could be down to get into Devil May Cry. I feel like I should.
Yeah, I could be down. It's just it's with this game and Final Fantasy 16. I was just like, these are just anime as games.
I know, but that's the thing. I know they're more than that. I just need to give them a shot to show me that they're more than that.
No, I'm not saying they need to be more than that.
Okay.
Finn.
No.
I'm totally cool with them being anime as games. Oh my god, that's one of the highest things I can say about this.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
I love anime. Come on.
All right. Fair enough.
but
fair enough. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about this. Besides, it's cool that it's coming to the next generation, especially since I'm not excited about it, but there's a lot of other people very excited about it. They have a wide variety of games. It seems like that they're bringing to the next generation,
which is good.
It's very good.
Want more stuff to play.
It's needed. James, you take this next one. I don't know what you wrote here.
I mean, as good as you're probably gonna say about it. Sure. Next, we have Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach.
Five Nights at Freddy's. I was like, FNAF? What is FNAF?
FNAF?
FNAF? Five Nights at Freddy's. Thank you. Another game I'm not excited for at all, but
no,
it's there. If you enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's, there is going to be a PS5, which the lighting looked so good in this trailer. Like
the lighting looked really good.
I was like, are they ray tracing Five Nights at Freddy's? Wow.
I mean, they are.
Looks like it.
I mean, I'll probably watch the game theory videos afterwards.
Angry Joe show about if it's good or not.
Yeah. I almost I don't know why I almost did this.
Yeah.
But in last week's show, I almost like put in the docket that Angry Joe died just to like throw you off.
What? I would have called you on that. I've been like, I didn't see anything. Can you imagine if we just read over the next article and you started reading Angry Joe has passed away?
I thought it would have been great.
That would have really thrown me. I probably would have gone along with it.
God damn it. Now I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, you could do it with something else. You could get me easy. You could easily get me. Okay, so yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. That was that. Moving on.
Also pissed because I wanted to talk about Demon's Souls.
Just, you could talk about it. Go for it.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought we were alternating, but
no, it's
I'm
fine.
So stoked. We got Demon's Souls gameplay. It was huge. Gameplay looks incredible. It's so smooth. It looks way less clunky than your average like Dark Souls game. Like it still looks very heavy, and very weighty, but it just looks so smooth. The lighting looks great. The shadows look great. Every single like light source, like a fire or a particle, just looks so good. Finn, what's the article?
I'll get to that article in a second, but I've never been a fan of like this type of game, and I've tried a lot of these type of games.
We'll get you into Bloodborne.
I know. I gotta go for Bloodborne again, but this game looks really good. Like it looks very smooth for this type of game and stuff, and I can see myself getting into Demon's Souls. And I know I'm saying that now, and we'll see when I actually play it, but I'm very open to loving it.
The hardest Souls game.
That sounds terrible because I couldn't even beat the first boss in Bloodborne. But there's that. We'll see. Maybe it just clicks. Maybe one of these games just clicks with me and I love it and I just go through it. Someone said that since I beat God of War, that I would be more inclined, like I would be more open to beating a Souls game or something like that. I'm like, they're very different. God of War isn't the same. It has
but the combat, like the weightiness of the combat is similar.
Okay. We'll see. I want to love it. I want to love this type of game. Okay, before we move on with the conference, we're gonna take a little sidebar about Demon's Souls. So this comes from Game Debate. Demon's Souls remake is definitely not coming to PC ... yet. So during the showcase, we had a screen that says this is coming to or exclusive to PlayStation 5, and then on the bottom it says like in the fine print like coming to PC, like that kind of dealio, right?
Right.
But it's been clarified. So yesterday, Sony had another PlayStation 5 showcase event where we mostly got some new gameplay and trailers for some upcoming titles, but we also got the official price and release date for both PS5 versions. But one of the standout reveals was some proper gameplay from the upcoming Demon's Souls remake, which initially revealed that it was coming to PC. Of course, it was apparently a mistake, and Sony made the video private, not taken down, just private, and re-uploaded the gameplay without the mention of a PC release. Obviously, this has not gone down well with fans from Software's first Souls-like, who have been waiting for a PC release since forever. So Demon's Souls remake will be a PlayStation 5 exclusive, and when Sony was questioned further about whether it will be a lifetime or timed exclusive to the platform, representatives only restrained to say that it would be a PS5 exclusive. So basically, it doesn't look like it's coming to PC anytime soon. or they jumped the gun on putting PC in the showcase in general.
Yeah.
There might have been a mistake there or something, but we should not assume that it'll be out the same day on PC as it will on PS5. So if you want to play this game right away,
I think it's safe to assume we're at least in the same window.
Yeah. Oh, you think it would release in the same window?
No. Well, no, I'm saying like if they bring it to PC, they're not going to do that until like 2021.
Yeah. It'll be a while, if
that.
anything.
Yeah.
Okay, back to it. That's all I needed to say.
Back to it. Fortnite coming at launch.
That's it. Next up, we got a little Fortnite. It was literally nothing. It looked exactly the same as it usually does. It's a little bit annoying. You hear the bus noises, and it's just fork knife. You know, you're just forking it up.
Yeah.
Good old Fortnite. It's not going away anytime soon. Not going away anytime soon.
They just make too much money off of it, you know?
Yep. I mean, it still has such a huge player base.
Yeah.
So good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, good for them. Good for Epic.
Next up is one of the most exciting parts of the conference, in my opinion.
Yeah, it is.
The PlayStation Plus Collection. James, tell me what the PlayStation Plus Collection is.
All right. PlayStation Plus Collection is as long as you have a PlayStation Plus subscription, you get access to an entire collection of PS5 exclusives.
Yes.
At launch.
Let's go.
Of which are included. We got God of War, my favorite game of all time. Monster Hunter World, that is.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter World, Fallout 4, Mortal Kombat X, Uncharted 4, Ratchet & Clank, Days Gone, Until Dawn, Detroit Become Human, Battlefield 1,
which is
Infamous Second Son, Batman, the Batman Arkham Knight, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Persona 5, incredible game, Resident Evil Biohazard, and my number 2 favorite game of all time, Bloodborne.
Point to that poster. James.
We got God of War in the collection.
Yes.
We got Bloodborne in the collection. And we got The Last of Us in the collection.
Amen. This Holy Trinity.
My top 3 Holy Trinity of games is in this collection.
Let's go. These are some. This is awesome.
So cool. Vin.
Yeah.
I have an important question.
Yeah.
Do you think this is enough incentive to maybe alleviate players that do not benefit from Game Pass?
No.
I'm not going to go as far as to compete with Game Pass, but do you think this serves as an adequate counter to...
I don't think it's an adequate counter, but I also read something else that Sony is not... Like, this is from a representative from Sony. They're not trying to compete with Game Pass with this. This is...
Good. I think that's good.
This is its own dealio. I'm sure it was inspired by Game Pass or pushed them to do this. Real quick, I want to just go over this, make it clear. These games are free if you have PlayStation Plus.
Right. So with the PlayStation Plus subscription, these are free.
So
no additional cost to
you.
The PlayStation Plus subscription.
You can download them right away.
Yes, as long as you have PlayStation Plus.
As long as you have PlayStation Plus. This is awesome to me because I have not played Days Gone yet, and I was very worried that was going to be one of the games that was gated to just PS4, and I've heard that they've updated it so much, and it's a great experience, and just because it was shit on in the beginning, it shouldn't be shit on now because they've updated it and improved it. Also, I think it's Bend Studios. I've heard they're working on Days Gone too.
Wow.
That's they have been very tight-lipped.
They have a big name for the protagonist that I literally just learned about.
Deacon's the protagonist, right?
No. I'm talking about the voice actor.
Oh, Sam Witwer. He's did Star Wars Force Unleashed. He plays a lot of voice character. He plays Darth Maul in the Clone Wars.
That's right.
He does all sorts of stuff. He's very involved in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Also, just a really cool human. If you watch his YouTube videos and stuff, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm super excited to finally play Days Gone. I'm gonna wait now. I was almost about to buy that on the PlayStation sale right now because it's very cheap, but I'm just gonna wait. I will of course play one of the best games on the PlayStation 4, Infamous Second Son. It is so great. I love it so much.
I don't think it's that good, but that's okay.
I've played it when I'm all the way good, played it all the way bad. I've played all the DLC. I played Infamous First Light. It's just so fun to me. It's so fun.
I want them to bring more classic. That's my only wish for this is I want them to bring more classic games.
Yeah.
If they brought Infamous 1, if they brought Infamous 2, the Uncharted
awesome.
collection.
Be awesome.
Maybe Sly Cooper. That'd be sweet.
Do you think this is a springboard, like a jumping off point to bring more of that stuff in, or do you think this is going to be it? This will be it. This is the collection.
I think this is absolutely a springboard. I think Sony would be dumb not to make this a springboard.
Me too. Do you think they're going to make us pay more for PlayStation Plus now?
No.
I think it's going to be the same amount as well. $10 a month, is that how much it is? Well, or $50 for the year?
Yeah, I pay I think it's $60 a year.
Yeah, I always buy it on sale. So I'll buy it even if I already have a year. They always do a sale of PlayStation 1 month. I just buy another year right there, so I don't have to pay the full thing the next year.
That's smart. I need to do that. I don't. But
it sucks because I'm like, oh, I still have PlayStation. Why am I buying the $30 for the year? So I don't have to pay $60 for the year, in a couple months.
It's true. It's so much cheaper.
But it's worth it. I mean, I use it all the time.
Vinny, run us down on the box.
Let me tell you the box. We're going to have, as you all know, 2 consoles. We have the PlayStation 5 regular and the PlayStation Digital.
Yes, sir.
For the price, we just got revealed, the PlayStation 5 with a disc drive is going to be $499. The PlayStation Digital without a disc drive,
4K UHD Blu-ray.
Yes, the 4K UHD Blu-ray drive. The PlayStation Digital Edition without the disc drive is $399. These are the exact same console, same hard drive, same SSDs. Nothing's different. One has the 4K disc drive, one does not, and it's $100 difference between the two. The PlayStation Digital Edition comes in a black, sexy ass box, and the PlayStation regular with the disc comes with a white, sexy ass box. They look great. They have USB-C ports in them. They also have USB 3, and these consoles will be out November 12th for North America, Australia, New Zealand, and South Korea. This will be out everywhere else. Did I just say that right? Yeah, this will be out everywhere else November 19th. So us lucky people in North America will be getting it November 12th.
Yes, sir.
Now,
I don't want to get to the next thing yet.
I wasn't gonna go to the next thing yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
What were you gonna say?
To assume. I had I read a few tweets that made a very good point.
Sure.
That I was not even remotely aware of.
Okay.
Until I read this, and that was, people don't realize how good of a deal $400 is, because even in competition, and why that matters so much for the competition with Xbox, because the Xbox Series X doesn't have a lower cost, same spec, but no disc drive digital edition console. The closest thing they have is the Xbox Series S, which suffers from hardware downgrades.
Did you know that the Xbox Series S will not have upgraded versions of Xbox One X games?
Really?
Only the Series X will have the upscaled, upgraded games.
Very interesting.
So even if you wanted to play, the new Halo, because they said the new Halo is going to release on the One X also.
Right.
You can only play that enhanced version on the Xbox Series X.
Very interesting.
You can still play it, and it'll still run better on the Series S, but it will not be the enhanced edition.
Very interesting.
And that's only for cross-gen games. I don't know how that's going to work when it goes to just releasing on the new Series X and S. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Except the Game Pass is great. If you're only getting Game Pass, you get the digital. It's just a smart move. There's nothing wrong with that.
I think the Xbox Series S is the digital, or the Game Pass machine. If you want a console with Game Pass, right, and you don't want to deal with PC or whatever, if you just want Game Pass to play the games on Game Pass,
I'm being corrected in chat right now. It says the Series S, Hydra55 says the Series S will have its own version of enhanced games.
So it'll be enhanced, but just not to the same specs as an Xbox Series X.
Okay, that makes sense too.
Is expected.
Yeah. Sucks. Okay. It still sucks. It still sucks to me.
It's more work for developers
that they have to build 3 different versions for games now. The Xbox One, the Xbox Series S, and the Series X.
Yeah.
And PC 4.
Yep.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Very interesting. Overall, I think this goes even more to show that the advantage of the PlayStation 5 digital edition, because you're getting the same specs as a PS5.
But you're not getting Game Pass.
What?
But you're not getting Game Pass. You know what I mean? Xbox has Game Pass going for it.
They do have Game Pass going for it. But the main draw of Game Pass isn't that the content is great, it's that the price is great.
Sure. Yeah. And the Series S is cheaper.
Yeah,
and people will just see that as cheaper as well and think of like, oh, if it's cheaper, I'll just get that one.
Yeah, Xbox Series S is probably the perfect like budget console.
Do you think
if you were tight and like if you are absolutely tight on a budget, like get Xbox Series S?
I'm gonna make a guess. I'm gonna make a guess right now about how everything's gonna sell.
Do it. Hit me.
I think the Series S sells the most amount of units.
Okay.
Then we have the PlayStation 5 digital. Then we have the PlayStation 5.
Sorry. Let me.
Okay. Yes.
Xbox Series S.
Xbox Series S.
5 digital.
PlayStation 5 digital. PlayStation 5 full. And then the Xbox Series X at the very bottom.
I think I'm still gonna flip I'm gonna put PlayStation 5 digital.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm actually gonna go as far to say PS5 physical.
Wow, you think double PS5 up here and then double Xbox down here?
I think the numbers and the predictions that we've seen so far, I've seen the
true.
IGN articles of all the people who are saying like, what are you planning on buying?
Mm-hmm.
What are you planning on buying? And I still see very small margins for an Xbox Series S.
That's true. Yeah. I don't know. And I know I have friends that just upgraded to that because, you know, Xbox had like the mid console upgrade and it was way better than the PlayStation 4 Pro. You know what I mean?
Right.
I had a buddy just upgrade to that and he has no plans on upgrading to the next generation at all yet because he doesn't feel like it's worth it yet, which I get. I get it. So I don't know. We'll see about that too.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
And then right after they show the box,
the final blow, baby.
They showed like, peripherals, like the 3D Pulse headset, which I believe is $100.
Yep, $99.
DualSense controllers,
which is $69.
Are $69.99.
$69, yes.
$69, yes.
Of course.
And then they have a charger like dock for controllers. I forgot how much that was.
I don't know. And the media remote.
The media remote, which is like what, 25?
It's 29.
29.
The media remote, I was like, I don't need it. I don't want it. But then someone talked about it like, you just have that baby plugged into your TV, and it is like, it's going to be your streaming hub. It's not. You don't need your Apple TV or your Roku if you don't have that.
Yeah.
And so it totally makes sense to me. If you can turn the PlayStation on with the media remote, go to Netflix and use that, that's definitely easier than the DualSense. I get it.
I thought of that too because I have a buddy who has a Fire TV stick in his TV, but he doesn't get HBO Max on Fire TV stick, and so in order to watch HBO Max, he has to use his PS4.
Interesting. Okay.
But he doesn't like to use his PS4 for stream because he has to deal with the controller. Turns off and it leaves a light in his room that you can like turn off. But then you have to go through the trouble of turning it off, and you have to charge it and all this stuff. But that made me think of the media remote when I saw that the PlayStation 5 media remote was revealed with the console. I was like, oh, this would be perfect for my buddy.
And it will come in handy. People will buy it. It's useful.
Yeah.
And just with them having a media remote tells me that the actual media apps on the PlayStation 5 are going to be so much improved from the PlayStation 4. I don't think the PlayStation 4 has a bad interface, but I feel like it could be a better interface, and I know they've been working on it if they're going to include a remote just for that side of it. Or not include it, but have an option to buy it. So that's exciting too, to think about. I just can't wait to see what this damn thing looks like, bro. Like, in the actual menus, like, what it looks like, how's it going to work, is it going to be comprehensive? Yes.
The PlayStation 5 is the biggest console to date.
Right. Yeah, it's a big chungus.
It's chonkers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know where I'm going to put it yet. I haven't decided.
I'm probably just going to end up putting it on the floor.
Might have to
or like on the side of my desk, like on the corner.
It might have to go behind my monitor right here, but I want to put it on display. I might just perch it high up on my PC right here on the right.
on top of it.
On top, baby. She'll be flying high.
I've seen like carts. Like some people have like mesh carts, like wire metal carts, where they'll put their PC on it so that the bottom fan can have airflow.
There you go.
And so I'm thinking if I can do like a 2-tier sort of guy, I can do 1 tier for my PC and 1 tier for my PlayStation 5.
It's perfect.
That's perfect. Anyway.
Yep. One more thing.
One last reveal, baby.
Uh-huh.
Do you want to say it or should I?
Dude, you go for it. I'll give you the honors. I'm so excited.
We see the little swoosh,
Paintbrush.
a little white swoosh, a little paintbrush stroke, whatever. And then you see it continuously go all the way around and through to the other side. Runes appear on the inside of the circle.
Wait,
they glow.
You're missing an important part. Right when the paintbrush hits, you hear the boom, boom, boom.
Yep, you're right.
And that's when I knew immediately. Is this happening right now? Is this happening, James? The runes start to appear, and what is it?
It's God of War Ragnarok.
Let's frickin' go.
Let's go.
No expectations of this being at the show. I thought it was way farther out.
Not.
God of War
Not
2?
only did we get God of War Ragnarok, but we got a release window
of 2021.
Of 2021.
That's, if you think about it,
this is not far off, ladies and gentlemen.
I think it's going to be the end of 2021 at the earliest.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you have the end of 2021 and then you're in 2022.
Okay, all right. I see where you're coming from there. I meant like I wouldn't expect it January 2021 or anything like that.
Absolutely not.
No.
Maybe fall 2021.
Crap, I'm excited.
The last one came out in spring.
Holiday. Oh, you're right. The last one did come out in spring. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But anyways, God of War. Who would have thought, bro?
I'm so excited.
Me too.
Will God of War Ragnarok dethrone the first God of War?
It won't.
As my favorite game of all time.
I don't know. We'll
I
see.
don't doubt that Cory Barlog can do it again.
That's true. If he's the creative director, do we know? We don't know.
I would assume, but I think that's
I really hope so.
Might be a brash, the best assumption.
I was just thinking about that the other day. He hasn't posted anything about it.
Yeah, I noticed that too, and I was like, oh.
We'll see.
We'll see. Love me some Cory Barlog.
The hope's alive. What a nice gentleman.
He's so great.
I cried.
He has
when
a great
I met him.
beard too.
I cried.
Yeah, that's right. You met him at the Game Awards.
It was beautiful.
Wow.
I'm gonna cry now just thinking about it. It was so cool. It was so freaking cool. Oh my god. It was awesome.
I'm about to cry thinking about the absolute mess that was PS5 pre-orders.
Well, guess what? We got a couple stories to tell you about the PlayStation 5 pre-orders because that's up next on the docket, baby.
Hell yeah, we do.
Right after the show finishes, obviously I hop on Twitter to see when these pre-orders are going live because they did not say it in the conference. And guess who broke that news to me? Jeff Keighley. How did he know? God only knows.
I think he's omnipotent.
He must be everywhere at once, or have people working for him that's just like, nom nom nom. I don't know how else to explain. I don't know how else to explain. He says PlayStation pre-orders go live.
Eating up the information.
Early tomorrow morning, and we're like, awesome. This is cool. This gives us time. It's still immediate enough, where like I don't have to wait, and it's like right now, and I'm ready. I'm ready to pull the trigger. This is great. Good marketing. You know. You don't have to wait a long time from the showcase.
I was ready that night to pull it on my parents, be like, my birthday's in October.
Absolutely.
Maybe we can fudge it somewhere. And then, Finny, what happened?
What happened was Walmart screwed the pooch, baby. Walmart screws the pooch and says, pre-orders are live, baby. We're dropping it. We're going. Come order at Walmart.
Yeah.
And everybody starts tweeting about it, and the pre-orders disappear. Gone. The Walmart pre-orders donezo. I'm refreshing the page every single 5 seconds trying to get this bad boy done. But there's some insider information, James, that other retailers are starting to open up. And so as much as I'm refreshing Walmart, I also have a tab open for Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy, Target, and the actual Sony website where you can order hardware, but there's nothing on there.
Nope.
So I'm refreshing all these 4 over and over again. Also, I have homework due the next day, and so I'm trying to do this at the same time.
This is all while Sony previously sent out emails to apparently have people like with slots to reserve.
They sent emails
PlayStation
today.
5s. No, they did not, because a buddy of mine got an email that night at like 9 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
So they're very sporadic.
No, I can tell you right now, Hydra 55 got an email.
I know, but like they started on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Or sorry, on Wednesday night.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, the emails came out then.
Yeah, but they are out and they're still going out.
So, anyways, pre-orders start popping off.
I still have not got mine, by the way.
Gotten your what?
Email.
Oh, yeah. I didn't get an email either. And
That's enough.
I feel like I played PlayStation a lot. I feel a little out of the loop that I'm
I mean, you had 500 hours on Fortnite.
I did. James, that's in 1 year. That's not even all time.
I know.
It's very sad. Okay. Anyways, we're looking. I get a tweet that says Target pre-orders are live, and the tweet was sent like 2 minutes before I saw it. So I immediately rush over to Walmart. Sure enough, they're actually live on there. And so I add it to the cart, check out. It will not let me check out. I've tried everything. It's like something in your cart has changed. You haven't been able to do your order. And I was like, no, This is happening right now. So I cut it out of the cart. I re-added it to the cart, checked out. Great success. PS5 pre-ordered, baby.
And that was at Target, right?
That was at Target. And then I immediately texted you, James. I texted you and our buddy Colton and Ryder. I was like, you guys need to get on it right now because it might be gone in like minutes. Who knows?
Yep.
So what happened with you after you got my text?
So after I got that text, I jumped my ass over to Target. I said, oh my God, I need to go right now. I don't have time to debate.
You went over?
No. I didn't drive to Target. No, so I'm keyboarding, right? Typing.
Keyboard
Target,
warrior.
going over there. PlayStation 5. But I had to like I had to write very specifically, have it in the video game consoles like category and all that stuff.
You had to go through so much just to find it.
I had to go through all the little tabs and everything. And I finally got there. And I'm like, oh my God, do I want the digital or the disc? And Finn goes, you want the disc. And I said, okay. And so then I went into the disc, went through it, and I'm putting all my card information, and I'm stressing out.
Yep.
Because I'm like, oh my God, is my number right? All this stuff.
Yeah.
Go in. I transferred the money on my bank account.
You're just going as fast as you can.
Going as fast as I can. Go, hit agree to privacy and policy, whatever. Add to cart. First time it goes through, it says something in your cart has changed or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Like F.
Yep.
So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna keep mashing this bad boy.
Yep.
So about on the 4th or 5th click, I finally got loading.
And you got it.
And then there it was, bag secured.
I can't believe it. I'm fully expecting this pre-order to get canceled. My guess was that it would have been canceled by 5 p.m. tonight when more pre-orders were going live.
Yep.
Because we did get a notification right before the show went live that Walmart was opening a new section of pre-orders at 6 o'clock, which is right as the show is going live.
Yes.
But I heard those pre-orders sold out immediately. I had my buddy text me, who I was calling before the show, that told me he did not secure the bag.
Also, I know people's pre-orders from Walmart got canceled. Because they were selling stock that they didn't have.
Yep.
It's needless
brutal.
to say, Finn, we have secured the bag.
We have it, but we got lucky, dude. We got lucky.
We did.
And I feel bad.
Very lucky.
I feel bad for people that want it even more than I do that haven't been able to get it yet. For sure.
For sure.
Like, what was I going to say? Okay, people that got the email, for instance.
Yes, people that got the email.
I was told that when you get the email, they give you a time slot to go on the website, and then when you're in that time slot and you log in, you're able to pre-order. That way it's not like a bum rush. It's gated. So hopefully that works out. If you do have the email, check your spam, check anything. But that's if you had signed up for the first pre-order thing.
Right, and all it was is you're putting in your PSN ID twice.
Yep, and it just emails the email associated with that PSN.
Yep.
So definitely check that out if you have not got it already. I am so flipping excited to get my PS5. Also, I'm pretty sure we do not get our PS5 day one from Walmart. It's like
Target?
Or from Target. We get it the first week.
Yeah, I think it's like the Tuesday after.
It gives you a window, but that's okay.
Which is a little bit of an F, but like
it's sus. It's a little sus.
Also, it's important to note that in terms of PlayStation 5 pre-orders, IGN put out an article saying that the PlayStation 5 launch numbers are going to be greater than the PS4. So there are going to be more PS5s at launch than PlayStation 4s.
And PlayStation 4 had a rough launch as well, as in for pre-order wise too. They did not fix it this time around.
No. I was able to get one by a stroke of luck.
Yeah, me too. And this all comes with last night Xbox tweeted a little subtweet at PlayStation,
Yeah.
where they just simply said, like, our pre-order process, you'll have all the details for the pre-order soon. It'll be a very smooth process, or something along the lines of that. And I was like, good for them. I hope they do, because Sony really, and it's not even Sony's fault. You can't really blame Sony for this. It's just they should have expressed the date and time instead of had a third party say pre-orders will go live tomorrow.
Yes, and that's even then, like, the retailers who got the stock, apparently something was not communicated between Sony and these retailers. I think some marketing communications guy definitely got fired
100%
because Sony was like, what the fuck are all these retailers doing to open up their pre-orders?
Yep. It was just it was an absolute cluster yesterday.
Yeah, it was.
I was free. I had a single bead of sweat from my armpit go down as I was
from your armpit.
As I was like speed typing on Target trying to get this bad boy. That's my pre-order story. It happened, but I think here's the deal. Next week on the podcast, you guys, if my PlayStation pre-order gets canceled, I'll tell you right away. Okay, I'll keep you updated. I would be really bummed if it does. I hope it doesn't.
You'll see it on our Twitter, on the Discord, or something like that.
Yeah. Okay, we got three more
on the show.
3 more little stories as we moving on. One of these.
3 more stories.
Yeah. What time? We're at an hour and 1 minute. We're absolutely cooking on our PS5 stuff. We have one more PS5 piece of news that we got to go over real quick.
Yep.
And that is Sony confirms that some PS5 games will cost $69.99. And this comes from our boy Michael McWhorter at Polygon.
The boy.
Sony's making the leap into next generation when PlayStation 5 arrives this November. The company is also embracing next-gen game pricing, confirming Wednesday that a handful of Sony-published PS5 games will retail for $69.99, a $10 premium over current standard video game prices. 2 Sony-published launch titles, Demon's Souls and Destruction All-Stars. What is Destruction All-Stars?
That's the one that you thought kind of looked like Rocket League and Fortnite.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I know exactly what that is. Destruction All-Stars both carry a $69.99 price tag on PlayStation 5. Sony announced Wednesday launch game Spider-Man Miles Morales from Insomniac will cost $49.99, but will also ship an Ultimate Edition, which will have the remastered version of PlayStation 4 Spider-Man for $69.99, which we talked about. Yep. Sackboy, A Big Adventure from Sumo Digital, will also be available at launch, but for $59.99. So that's confusing. Another first party that's not $70, it's regular $59.99. And then Japan Studios' Astro Playroom will come pre-installed on the PS5 for free. And we've talked about this before on a separate podcast, but publisher 2K Sports laid the groundwork for next-gen console game price hike back in July when it announced that NBA 2K21 will be priced at $69.99 on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. The publisher said that at the time, the high price point fairly represents the value of what was being offered. Power, speed, and technology that is only possible on the new hardware.
Vinny, I have a question for you.
Hit me.
Once the PlayStation 5 gets clearly defined as the current generation.
Sure.
Right? When the PlayStation 4 is phased out, to say.
What do we say? Like end of 2021 when that becomes a thing?
Mid late 2021.
Okay.
Do you think we could see a regression of prices for our games? Do you think once the new consoles aren't revered as like latest and greatest, like these are like the new up and coming thing, do you think prices have the potential to go back down to $60 because the hype has died down?
Let me ask a question that might answer that question. When the PS3 went to the PS4 or the 360 went to the Xbox One, what was the price difference of games there, or was there one?
I didn't think there was one.
I didn't think there was one either, but to be honest, I just don't know. I think we're going to see this stay at $70. Once studios see that people are going to buy their games for $70, why would they go back?
That's true.
That's my thought. This is going to make me rely more on sales. You know what I mean? Yeah. $60 is already expensive. Dude, 2 games is $120. Like new games, it's very expensive.
Now it's $140.
Now it's $140 plus tax. Might as well say $150.
So you're paying $150 for 2 games.
That's a lot of money. That's half of an Xbox Series S.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. So I'm gonna be really relying on sales and stuff like that. I'm not gonna be able to buy as many games day one, which is okay. I already limit myself, and I do it. Like I'll get it done. Like I haven't played Ghost yet. That'll be on sale soon. I'll play that on PS5. Stuff like that.
Yes. And I think because we have game services where we have access to more games like PlayStation Plus Collection and like Game Pass, I think there is less of a need to buy games day one.
There's also a lot of free games with optional battle pass systems. That was not a thing 5 years ago. Yeah, now that's a big thing. So
yep. And we'll still probably be getting PlayStation Plus games monthly for free.
I would assume so. Yeah.
Just like you would an Xbox game with gold.
I wonder what that'll look like on the first year of PlayStation 5. The first 12 months. Might be a rocky lineup, like all indies or something like that.
Could be. Well, I'm thinking some of them might be like just cross-platform PS4 games.
Totally could be. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Mm-hmm. Okay, James, hit me with the next one. You're excited about it.
Oh, me, oh my, if it is what I think it is.
It is.
Oh, it is. The Oculus Quest 2 on the same day as the PlayStation 5 gets announced. This comes from Ben Kuchera at Polygon. Not only was Facebook's Oculus Quest 2 headset announced Wednesday morning, but many tech websites were able to get their hands on the brand new VR system from Oculus. So, in addition to getting little previews, we also got reviews of how this headset handles. Granted, that is without access to the Oculus Link cable, but the Oculus Link cable is coming out of beta this year. So we should be able to have some impressions on how the finalized Oculus Link software will be able to run with this new and improved Oculus 2 headset. Let's talk about what's new. With this new headset comes the purging of all other Oculus headsets that were previously on the market. So the Oculus Rift S, getting axed. First Oculus Quest, getting axed. Facebook wants the Oculus Quest 2 to be the only Oculus Quest or the only Oculus headset you have. And to some extent, I can kind of see where they're coming from, because if you have that link cable and you have the good hardware, why not just use the link cable to take advantage of that hardware from your PC? Although marginally improved, Facebook has managed to cut the cost by a whopping $100 to bring it down to $299 for the 64 gigabyte model, with a 256 gigabyte model costing $499. Now, at the original Quest, the 128 gigabyte model was $499. So you are getting more storage for less money, right? So that
more
means
storage for the same amount of money.
Huh?
More storage for the same amount of money.
More storage for the same amount of money.
Yeah.
With the new Oculus Quest 2 comes a smaller and lighter front unit in white this time, a new cloth strap with the addition of, well, not with the addition, but with the option of upgrading to an Elite strap, something that counteracts the weight from the front of the headset to the back, overall making it more comfortable to wear on your head. It looks very similar to a PlayStation VR strap, or I think the Valve Index has a similar one as well. Or you can get an Elite strap with a built-in battery pack for $129.99.
Okay.
As well as new ergonomic controllers. The new Quest, in addition to hardware specs that I'll get into in just a second, this new Quest also is supposed to have longer battery life, as well as the controllers having longer battery life as well. Facebook has increased the resolution to 1832 by 1920, which is about 2K resolution per eye, up from the original's 1440 by 1600 per eye resolution. The 90 hertz refresh rate that accompanies this is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 processor and 6 gigabytes of RAM. This is a 2 gigabyte increase from the previous model.
Everything I've seen from this so far seems like a serious upgrade from the first Oculus, which leads me to believe that in a couple years we will get an Oculus 3 that is that much better for that much cheaper, which is scary. This is like,
you're right, that is scary.
Here's the comparison I always make with VR right now. VR is like drones. They just started. If you really think about it in the grand scheme of things, consumer drones and consumer VR are at the beginning of its life cycle. We're getting bots in chat. I think it's hilarious that this happens every episode now. VR and drones are at the beginning of a life cycle. It's just like it's just like if a new digital camera was out, they're going to find upgrades so fast to these things. It's so hard for me to invest in one of these when the next 2 years it's going to be that much better. Whereas PlayStation, it's going to be 6 years or so till we get the next console. I don't mind investing that. Whereas I'm going to bite myself if I buy a drone or a VR and then next year there's a way better one with a way better camera or a way better visuals in the eyes for VR, better tracking. It's so hard. I want to get into VR very badly too, because I think it's very cool, and all the times I played it, it's very, very cool, but I just can't buy one. I can't do it.
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
I don't know, but it might have swayed me. I might be getting an Oculus Quest 2.
Good. I'm glad.
Maybe not at launch, but I want one.
Good.
Not gonna lie, I want one.
Why not?
I did read an article that said there are very few articles that say this, but I have read an article or two that say do not buy the Oculus Quest 2.
Interesting. Okay.
And strongly oppose, not just because it's run by Facebook.
Oh, well, yeah.
And Facebook's information mining is kind of sketch.
It's very sketch.
But also because as a result of these new ergonomic controllers and in efforts to cut costs, I have heard rumors that these controllers have fewer sensors than the original Oculus Quest controllers, resulting in poorer tracking capabilities.
Do you think we'll see the actual results of that once it's in more people's hands?
Yes.
Okay. That'll be something I'll keep an eye on too. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. Don't know how I feel about it.
If you're really interested in this and have a Costco membership, they already have a listing on Costco.com for the Oculus Quest 2 with the Elite strap and the 256 gig mod, 256 gigabyte model.
You killed it.
And the Fit Pack, whatever that means. For I think it's $449.
So $50 cheaper with other stuff.
For $50 cheaper than just the 256 gigabyte model without the strap, and you get the strap.
Right.
So it would be $550, you get for $450.
Got it.
And then some.
Cool. Very nice.
Finn, this is the saddest item on the list.
This is our final item today. James, I don't want to take this from you. You brought it to my attention.
Today marks a sad day in gaming history.
Can I get
the
Fs?
End of an era.
End of an era.
The end of an era. Nintendo has oh my god.
You butchered it. Just kidding. I'm joking.
I did. Nintendo has discontinued every model of the Nintendo 3DS, according to its Japanese website. The page listings for the new 3DS LL, new 2DS LL, and 2DS are still live, but each product lists out of production under its name, and a message on the main page says that the entire series has ended production. Nintendo's US site, however, or meanwhile, appears to have scrubbed all mention of the 3DS sometime in the past few hours.
It's horrible.
The homepage doesn't feature the handheld console at all, other than a support link all the way at the bottom, under a similar link for the definitely dead Wii U. The 3DS was announced in 2010 and released the following year and suffered a rocky launch with low sales and little software of note, but started to pick up momentum after a dramatic price cut just a few months after its release. In total, Nintendo shipped more than 75 million 3DS consoles worldwide. It's a lot of consoles.
It's a lot of consoles. You're almost there.
Overall, I lost my place entirely. Overall, the system can be seen as a success and helped steer the company through the rocky years of Wii U with more than 384 million games sold.
It's a lot.
Finn, what did you say?
Here's my note. We can assume that Nintendo's sole focus is on the Switch now, as if it wasn't before. But it's very sad.
This is so sad.
I have lots of memories with the DS.
The US literally just scrubbed it under the rug.
Nobody's thinking about it anymore.
They old yellered the 3DS.
They truly brought the 3DS out back and just gave it they put it down for the long nap, if I do say so myself.
They did.
It, I don't know. It's sad, even though in my mind I'm never gonna really pick up a 3DS again unless it's an old one that I have, which I don't have. It's really the most fond memories that I have is with my DS Lite. That's really the one that I played the most. I did have a 3DS.
Really?
Yeah. 2010, probably right after that. Probably like when I was 11 or 12. 3DS sounds about right.
Yeah, around that.
I had the little slider that turned it. You turn the 3D up and then you can turn the 3D down. It was fake. It was just BS. It was a gimmick,
Yeah.
But as a kid, it was the shit. It was awesome.
I never had one. I had a DSi XL.
Oh yes.
That's what I had.
Oh yes.
And that sexy midnight blue.
Mm-hmm. I had a black DS Lite. Game Boy slot on the bottom, DS slot on the top.
That's what I'm talking about.
God, so good.
I remember I had a Naruto vinyl thing over my DS Lite. So sick.
Classic. Can I get one more F for DS as a whole?
Which brings us to something very similar. RFS. Random fun stuff, baby.
Wow.
Our favorite
Beautiful.
segment on the show.
We got 2 things on RFS today.
That's it. Watch Dogs 2 is free on the Epic Games Store again.
Right now. Pick it up. Pick it up.
It's a great game.
It's okay.
I like it a lot.
And then the next final thing on RFS is 99% of PS4 games will be playable on PS5, and that's a quote from Jim Ryan.
Then I feel like we should have made this into a full article because I could talk about this.
What do you want to talk about? Go for it.
I don't like it.
You don't like it because of the 1%? What's going to be the 1%?
No. It's not because of the 1% that I'm pissed.
Okay.
I'm pissed because Sony earlier was very opposed to having a lot of their games be backwards compatible.
Sure.
They said, we strongly believe in console generations.
Okay.
And I think whatever resources they use to make games backwards compatible, I want them to be using for next-gen games.
Sure.
And I understand that ostracizes a little bit of the game base, especially when you have a console launch or a console sales that are as booming as they are for the PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
I want better next-gen games.
I think this is going to have little to no effect on next-gen games because I think that this doesn't mean that all of them are getting upgraded for the PS5. They're just going to be playable on the PS5. What if the developers don't have to do much?
No, that's okay.
I'm assuming PlayStation's or Sony's going to expect their first parties to probably do some sort of upgrade. But for the rest of them, they're just going to be ported, I bet.
Sure.
But there was no more to that quote. That's the quote.
I heard that they are doing this specifically because the PlayStation 4s to keep PlayStation 4s selling.
That would suck. I just don't feel like that's the motive behind it. It makes sense, but I hope that's not.
I wish I could quote an article right now, but I can't.
Yeah. That's it.
That's it, everybody.
That's a rapidy wrap.
Thank you so much for watching the Strictly Casual podcast, coming to you each and every week. That's on right. Thursday night now.
Thursday night, live on Friday morning on YouTube.
Thank you so much for watching. If you were on Twitch, thank you so much to those of you who are in the chat and just watching and lurking. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you to our viewers and subscribers on YouTube. If you haven't already, follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube.
And the biggest one, ladies and gentlemen, is our Discord. If you join our Discord, you guys, we have a lot of fun stuff coming that we want to keep everybody updated on. We've changed the timing of a lot of our of our show and stuff recently too. So the Discord, we keep everybody updated, and we love to just chat and hang out. You can put questions in the Discord that we'll answer on the podcast and everything. Yeah, it'll be great. So
it will be great.
Thank you guys so much for joining.
For those of you on Twitch, who do not already follow Vinny at Bobashinga on twitch.tv/Bobashinga, and myself, twitch.tv/StrictlyYamez.
Let's go. Good stuff.
Everybody, thank you so much for viewing. Have a great week.
Peace out.